my name is Joel French, and I'm here as a parent. I disagree with Superintendent Clooney's decision to continue to support the use of the video "This is America" in district classrooms. This video violates California Education Code state standards for evaluation of social content and board policies. Involved teachers claimed, quote, "We chose to show a video with some gritty violence and dark themes to signal to the students that this type of discussion is important, good, and encouraged," end quote. To categorize it as gritty violence and dark themes is a massive attempt to dismiss and diminish the truth. What they are referring to as gritty violence includes a headshot execution spraying blood and brain matter from the first victim's forehead. Then there is a mass murder of a church choir with an automatic rifle. Both of these are committed by an African American upon other African Americans. There's also a suicide attempt, among other things, in the background of the video. What they classify as dark themes are actual adverse portrayals of people of color and religious groups through inhumane treatment of those protected groups and criminal and dangerous behaviors such as illicit drug use and rioting. The lyrics of the song in the video also use the profane term "motherfuckers," and everyone in favor of this video has completely dismissed that fact to this point. The video imagery doesn't display any positive contribution to society from the African American community, and there are many other supplemental materials and videos that can accomplish the same teaching objectives without violating code standards and board policy. The lack of parental consent or community awareness also violates the board's controversial issues policies. The video content should have violated the district's firewall filter, blocking this content on student Chromebooks, but it didn't flag the video at all. Mr. Clooney has refused to modify the firewall, and by doing so, he is prioritizing procurement of supplemental materials by teachers over the safety of students, and this is wrong. If the objective of these teachers was not to just teach English, but also to criticize, this is a quote, "criticize and condemn numerous cultural ills, including but not limited to racism, violence, gangs, the entertainment industry, and social media," end quote, was it necessary to show this video? If the answer to that is yes, then I would ask the district and school board if it's also appropriate to show videos that depict other ills, including other horrific crimes such as rape, child prostitution, and child molestation or sex trafficking. I think we can all agree those are also serious issues within our society. If everyone involved is so proud of this video being used, then showcase it at back to school night. Don't hide it. Teachers claim students, quote, "are increasingly seeking answers from the talking heads and influencers on their phones rather than parents and trusted adults," end quote. Yet the teachers subject students to a violent, disgusting video from a YouTube influencer, which is ironic. I don't consider any teacher a trusted adult who, without parent permission, subjects students to such content. The brainchild teachers who had the harebrained idea to use this video claim, quote, "the engagement was fruitful and kids thought the lesson was cool, engaging, and thought-provoking," end quote. Kids think a lot of things are cool, but violating education codes to gain popularity amongst the student body is unethical and a slippery slope. Teachers claim, quote, "the This is America video is highly engaging and is considered by many critics to be a work of visual art. It has been the subject of scholarly work since its debut in 2018, end quote. Yet, they have cited no such scholarly works to this point. And I've had lots of email discussion and face-to-face discussion with teachers and the administrators to this point. Where are any citations of published papers in academia that support the assumption that it's necessary to show violent pop culture videos in order to accomplish teaching objectives? I've been met with arrogance, resistance, and a dismissive attitude from the district as involved staff seem bent on continuing to use this video. So far, these staff have served to be more of an obstacle than a liaison between the parents and the district, with resentment of any collaboration with parents to meet the district's educational goals. I am aware Superintendent Clooney shared my resolution with board members, but you would have not known about the video content had I not shared the video link in an email to each of you. If Mr. Clooney or his designee had done a review per board policy 6144, of the video prior to its use, why did the district office have to do a subsequent review before responding to my complaint? Choosing to ignore education code, state standards, and board policy is dishonest, unethical, and inexcusable. I believe Mr. Clooney is unfit to continue in his position of superintendent, and he should resign or be fired. We need honest, ethical leaders within our school district. These teachers need training to ensure that they understand and comply with education code standards and your board policy. I've obtained over 355 signatures on a petition to the principal, superintendent, and school board members from other parents and community members who believe it is disgusting, inappropriate, and insane that the district is arguing to continue to subject students to this video and other similar content. Please put the safety and well-being of our students ahead of any agenda the district staff might have and ban this video from school use. We've entrusted our kids and their education to you, and you must work diligently to earn back the trust you have eroded. I proposed a clear and effective 4-point resolution to Superintendent Clooney, and it was denied. I am asking this board to consider the resolution I have proposed and put it to a vote. Whether it is passed as written or passed with minor amendments, it should be reviewed and approved as soon as possible to ensure accountability and student and classroom safety going forward. I'm not going to go over all the details of the resolution. I'll just cover the 4 points. I asked that you guys withdraw the lesson or the video from the lesson plans. That was denied. I asked that you possibly either reteach the lesson with an appropriate supplemental material or strike the grades from the grade book for this assignment because there were students who found it offensive and either totally checked out in class that day or just didn't do it. My son being one of them and my foreign exchange student being another. I also asked that you guys institute and perform a review and approval process for all supplemental resources that could be considered controversial in any way. There are state standards that have specific criteria for what needs to be reviewed for it to be allowed for use in a classroom. They're very specific. They say things like shall and shall not. It's not subjective as Mr. Clooney would have you believe. The last thing I asked was that the firewall be upgraded so that it flags videos and other digital media with violent content like the depiction of murder and mass murder in the video under discussion, and also the profanity, which Mr. Clooney, when I met with him, seemed to think the profanity was the biggest issue, but now no one is addressing that at all. Thank you.